Hello there, Star Wars fans. This is the Season 1 finale Part 1 breakdown. And let me start off by saying that this was a great episode, and I loved its good and evil themes, and I'm just amazed at how good a villain Crosshair is. Now last week we saw the beginning of Operation Warmantle, where we saw clone commandos leading squads of TK troopers, also known as stormtroopers. The Bad Batch's mission was to save a deserting clone commando by the name of Gregor, which ultimately led to Hunter's capture. Now let's move on to the breakdown of this week's episode, which is called Return to Kamino. And the episode opens on Crosshair returning a captured Hunter back to Kamino. Back on Ord Mantell, the Bad Batch have just completed fixing the Havoc Marauder, when Tech notices that Hunter's comlink has been activated. Now switching scenes back to Kamino, Crosshair's shuttle lands, and we get Kamino's theme music, the music we hear in Attack of the Clones when Obi-Wan first arrived on Kamino. And upon Crosshair's arrival, all the clone troopers have been transported elsewhere. And Admiral Rampart meets Hunter for the first time, with Rampart mentioning how he first became interested in Clone Force 99 after the destruction of the Dunium refinery on Ryloth. And we also get Elite Squad 02 worried about Crosshair's motives. Now when the Bad Batch arrive back at Kamino, Echo mentions that part of the fleet is missing, except for 3 Venators, so I'm wondering if they're being traded out for Star Destroyers. And to enter Kamino, Omega leads the Bad Batch to a hidden underwater platform. And we learn that there's a secret tube system on Kamino, and this one leads to Nala Se's private laboratory. Back at Tipoca City, Hunter notices that there are only stormtroopers and no more Kaminoans, and emphasizes to Crosshair that the clones are next to be decommissioned. Now back at Nala Se's secret lab, Omega tells Clone Force 99 that she was born in the lab, and so was Clone Force 99, and she states that their mutations were enhanced in this room. And this proves that their mutations were not an accident, like the Bad Batch has believed this whole time. And the name of the project was Experimental Unit 99, calling back to what Cut said in episode 2, that the Kaminoans don't make mistakes. They also find AZ hiding in the lab, so it appears that AZ may become an additional droid companion to the Bad Batch in future events. He also informs them that the droids were deactivated and key Kaminoan personnel were either loaded up on transports or killed. Hunter tries to bring Crosshair to their side, informing him of what the Empire is doing to Imperial worlds, and that Crosshair is being used by the Empire, and that it is the Inhibitor's chip's fault while he's following the Empire's orders. As the Bad Batch track Hunter through the city, we can hear evacuation alarms in the background, which are foreshadowing future events in the episode, because the only other time we hear these is when a ship is going down. The Bad Batch continue to follow Hunter's signal to the training grounds, and guess what?
It's a trap!
Set by Crosshair. Crosshair and Hunter have a philosophical debate on the state of the Empire, just like Anakin and Obi-Wan had at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Your new empire?
Crosshair justifies his siding with the Empire after feeling betrayed and abandoned by his brothers, and how they didn't try to save him in episode 1. He then goes on to say the following:
Stop pretending to be something you're not, Hunter. We're not like the Regs. We never have been. We're superior.
Getting almost a Sith-like complex in regards to his superiority over others. And then in a surprising move, he frees Hunter, like how the Emperor frees Luke during the attack of the second Death Star, inviting Hunter to essentially join him or die. Crosshair then orders his unit to stand down, but as we saw earlier, there is distrust between enlisted troops and the clones, and his orders are ignored. Crosshair then proceeds to execute his squad. Crosshair then threatens Hunter much like Anakin did to Obi-Wan, and Omega, thinking she's going to save her brothers, activates all the Phase 1 Dark Troopers. This causes Clone Force 99 to reunite and have to work together to destroy the droids. And this could be seen as the final battle between droid vs clone trooper, signifying a new age. Elite Unit 02 then reports Crosshair's failures to Admiral Rampart, and is ordered to leave Kamino with the rest of the troops. Rampart then reports to Tarkin that the Empire now has the cloning technology, and we get Tarkin's token saying,
You may fire when ready.
And during this time, Rampart orders the Venators to move into position. Back at the training center, Crosshair drops a bomb on his old squad prior to being stunned.
I had my chip removed a long time ago.
Meaning that he's been choosing to side with the Empire this whole time. The episode ends with the Venators firing on Tipoca City, destroying it, with the Bad Batch still inside. And I just want to say again that this was such a great episode. And seeing Kamino be destroyed at the end hurt my soul. Also, I thought the composers killed it with the music score for this episode. And hearing the Kamino theme at the beginning took me all the way back to my childhood. And also, I'm just loving how evil Crosshair is, even regurgitating lines from Palpatine's manipulations. And it seems like he just needed a chip activated to truly realize how evil he is. I'm hoping in the finale we get some more hints of why Experimental Unit 99 was created, and also what gives them their unique abilities. and it seems like Omega knows more than she's willing to tell. Now, if the Bad Batch creators come back and say that the Bad Batch all have some sort of higher than normal midichlorian count, making them somewhat force sensitive, I would not be upset at all. And with Nala Se under Imperial rule, I believe that the Empire will truly be after Omega now. And this could explain why we see the Kaminoan symbol on the Imperial cloners' uniforms in The Mandalorian. Nala Se could still be running the show, trying to create force-sensitive clones. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you enjoy content from a lifelong Star Wars fan, make sure you subscribe. May the Force be with you.